Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over another solo queue video. If you don't know what these videos are, this is basically me taking a game of solo queue that I played and just watching it back, doing a retrospective analysis of all the plays I made, all those setups I did, things like that, just to help you guys learn, get better, learn what I do correctly, what I do well, and try to work on those, and learn what I do not so well, because nobody's perfect, especially me. I got plenty of flaws in my game. So yeah, hopefully this helps. And with that being said, let's get into it. This first round, I get that pick on that guy in Gen Repel. If you hear somebody on that Repel, some people call it Games Repel, and most people call it Gen Repel. If you hear somebody on that Repel and they don't sound like they're close, but they're still shooting at it, that means they're on that far Repel that I killed that attacker on. A lot of times attackers, like it's an off angle, sort of, so attackers get on it, but at a certain point, people use an off angle so much that it doesn't become an off angle anymore, it just becomes a common angle. So I just kind of expected him to be on the deeper angle instead of the close Repel, and I just kind of expected it and aimed for it and got a free hit. Unfortunate for him, but you know, you just play the game enough, you find out where people are gonna play. So I'm playing in a spot called Bolo. It's called that because the pro player Bolo hit a clip in a Pro League match playing that spot. If you ever see a spot that's on a map that's named after a pro player, it's because that pro player hit a crazy clip in that spot, and people decided to start calling it that. So I'm on my comfort kit with mute because I can play close on this trophy door with the SMG11 or the Shoddy. Probably be better off using the Shoddy, but I like the SMG11. I'm an SMG11 crutch. The shotgun isn't always the most reliable. Like sometimes you'll one-shot somebody from 50 feet away, and sometimes you'll be point blank and it'll only do points. So I like the SMG11 headshots. That's a perfect example of Siege chiming there. The second I look away, somebody swings. Now one thing, you don't want to play Bolo when you have a teammate who puts a Goyo canister next to the door. Because you'll notice our doc shot that Goyo canister, and I had to run because the fire spread to me, and then I died to somebody on Gen Repel. So it's not really anyone's fault. Other than my own. I mean, I can't blame my teammates because I won't get better that way. I should see that Goyo and know I shouldn't play there because eventually it's going to get blown up and I'm going to die. So that's something to just keep in mind if you're playing certain choke spots or close range gunfights or something like that. If you see a Goyo canister, just be aware of it because it can backfire. For this second round, I'm playing Kaid. This whole game, other than round one where I played mute, and mute's just my comfort op, other than round one, this whole game is kind of me playing ops that are not really in my comfort zone. Like, I'm a big mute guy, I like Twitch, I like, I haven't played the game in a while. I'm just running on clips that hit at the beginning of the season, little background info. But, played Twitch, Sludge sometimes. I'm gonna play more in CJX. Maybe Amaru every once in a while, but like, yeah, pretty much mainly Twitch, mute. Oh, Deimos, Yana, all that good stuff. And I don't really play any of those ops other than mute round one. So it's kind of an interesting game, but it's kind of a tangent there. I'm playing Kaid just to make it harder for the opponents to get the hatches, because in a default take you kind of want to take bunker, you want to open the hatches, especially the E-box hatch, to clear anybody who's playing E-box and contesting bunker, and then work from there. So yeah, that's why I play Kaid. I don't really like Kaid. It shoots really slow. The TCSG is good. I'm not good with single fire weapons. I've tried. I never could be good at them. I don't have the trigger finger, because like you have to think about aiming and shooting at the same time. It's not automatic for me. It just doesn't work. So I use the AUG. But you see, I'm in a 1v4 here, so I kind of have to get aggressive and try to get my picks. I get one, and then I get pre-fired by the dash. don't know how to feel about that Ash. That aim was a little too crisp. But anyways, in that situation, I don't really know what else I could have done better. I was holding the elbow walk in, and my teammates ended up dying to Pillar and Tarp Store and stuff like that, so there's just not too much I could do there. So, round 3, we're down 2 defenses on Oregon. You know this is going to be a rough game, first of all, because Oregon's supposed to be a defender-sided map, but 3rd round, we decided to go up again, and I'm going to play the Legion, because Mute didn't work last time, and the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So, instead of playing Insight on Mute, I decided to swap. I'm gonna roam with Legion. I see somebody pushing Shower Hall, so I'm gonna try to flank him here. I'm not sprinting. That'll be loud, make sound, give me away. But I am just gonna slow walk towards this Jacko, and I hear him punch Barb on White here, so I know that he's probably got his back turned, and I'm correct. I get the freeze kill in my life, shoot him in the back, boom, done so. Now, this round becomes a 5v2, and I honestly have no discipline here. I just get antsy. I'm looking for a kill. This is probably my biggest mistake of this round, is I'm antsy for a kill. I want to find people. Even though we're only halfway into the round, and it's a 5v2, I just have no brain right now. So, I decided to jump out this window. Luckily, no claymores, but there's also nobody out there. And then my second mistake of the round is I don't check left side at all. I don't check dining at all. And there's somebody there. I don't know why I didn't think to look at it. It was just my mistake, unfortunately. But teammates ended up clutching around, so it worked out for us. Yeah, nothing else really to say. We're going into Oregon attack with only round one, so we kind of have to lock in here. And here I'm playing Ash. I don't ever really play Ash, so I just spawned Junkyard so that I can Claymore the runouts, and Claymore the Showers window run out or jump out, and then Claymore the small tower door run out. Now that means I can't Claymore the White window jump out, so I just gotta hope somebody else does. And the reason I picked Ash is so that I can Ash below the breach. You'll notice you can just punch the classroom window here and Ash charge in. You can use Zoe for it too, or whatever else you want. I used to just play nades when you could cook them, and that was a lot easier. But alas, no more cooking nades. And then I decided to go to the roof. I tried to get a free kill on Gen Repel, just to see if I could catch somebody off guard. I couldn't. So rotate over to Armory, because the best way to take upstairs if you're doing the default take is either go lobby up or Armory over, have somebody master. This way my ace who's playing master balcony doesn't have to worry about Armory side, because I'm gonna be in Armory, right? It's just he doesn't have to look left and right when he tries to take trophy. He just has to worry about the left side. And once I walk up trophy, we can kind of pinch whoever's trying to contest trophy and just take control of that. So you notice I walk up. I don't shoot the default cam. That's a mistake. I get a freebie with somebody who's not paying attention, but I should remember to shoot default cams. The Armory cam stays up the whole round. That's just something I forgot. I was too focused on something else. I don't know. But you notice in a 5v2, it's a 5v2, so you don't have somebody dead to watch cams. Somebody is dead, I'm so someone's not gonna watch cams, especially in a 5v1. If I'm not hearing gunfights, I'm gonna hold my own flank, because either my teammates find him, or he flanks into me and I get a freebie. In this case, the opponent was just hiding big window for some reason, but I still want to play safe, because the most infuriating thing for me is to get shot in the back or die to something I can't control. Now, you'll notice that I am playing Hibana this round. That's because they went basement. My game plan is to just walk in lobby, open all the hatches, see what I can work from there, see what kind of openings my teammates make. So, I have my pre-place in classroom. I do a little bit of drone in lobby, just kind of move it around a little bit. Then I'll drone split. And then I'll go through this drone hole to drone kitchen, and then I'll leave the drone in the kitchen drone hole watching Z for kind of a flank drone. That's a nice little route that you can run with your drone. It's not 100% efficient, right? Like if somebody was ratting laundry stairs, they'd probably see me, or they'd probably kill me, or if somebody was ratting like in garage, they'd kill me as well. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, the route's really good, really well pathed. It's nice to have those drone holes in those spots in there. So I decided to open the hatch, open the door. I'm still being aware of my flank, and I'm gonna go open meeting hatch, but my teammates are already on it. So I throw my second drone, just see what the site looks like. If nobody's holding laundry, like it doesn't look like anybody is, I'm gonna take it. So I go to walk down laundry stairs, get back on my drone, notice it's shot. That's not good. So I bring the other drone over. It was a castle that shot it. You can tell by the sound of the weapon. But I go back to look again, and nobody's laundry again. There is a dock highway. And he kind of pre-fires me, but it doesn't get me. And then I shoot at the castle in closet, and I run away because I'm taking a 2-on-1 gunfight there. There's no point. They'd have to make a really stupid mistake, or I'd have to just pull off something that's unlikely for me to win that. It's a 50-50 at best for me in that situation. So I decided to rotate out. I opened the castle for the freezer door, and I was going to open the freezer hatch as well, but it looks like teammates already did that. And then I have no drones left, so 40 seconds left. You got to start executing on the site once there's 40 seconds left. You notice I don't shoot the default because there's still 5 opponents up. With 40 seconds left and 5 opponents up, they're probably not on camps. To be 100% honest. And I was correct. That mute had no idea what I was. That had no idea that I was there. Castle just kind of gets shit on. I do really enjoy Hibana's weapons. The Type 21, if it had more ammo, it'd be busted. But even with 21 bullets, it's still really good. Here, I have no time left. I don't have time to sit down and reload. I'm going to run at him and knife him. That's just a quick second decision. And right now, I'm kind of screaming at my monitor at my teammate to plant because there was 1 second left and he's chasing the kill. Luckily, he does get down and plant. And I know that the warden's highway because my teammate was shooting at him and he was shooting back. And I just get the kill. It's simple as that. It was a nice little 4K. Playing hard breach, which just because you're playing hard breach doesn't mean you're like not gonna get kills. It just, you do get into a lot less gunfights because most of the time your teammates should be taking space. However, I kind of went on a solo lurk that round after I did my job, right? On Hibana, my job is to open things first, and then once you do your job, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. So I did my job, and then I was like, all right, nobody's freezer. I'm gonna lurk freezer. And it worked out for me. But usually you don't get that many gunfights on support. It's like Hibana's hard breach, yes. Support, I don't know about that. She's a first speed, she kind of plays fast. But you'll notice I'm doing the exact same thing I did last round. It worked, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm kind of moving a little bit quicker here, and I'm not being as aware of my surroundings. I really should be, but I'm just working off the assumption that they're going to be turtling like they did last round, because if you remember, round 5 they had no roamers, and I'm just hoping that since they have the castle, that this round is going to be the same, and I end up correct. Like they don't have any roamers. This time I have just enough pellets to open the freezer hatch, and then it's a 5v3, so I decided to just walk down. Because 5v3, my team seem like they're executing on sight. So I get a freebie on castle, and I try to take more space, and I just end up missing. I aim for the head level, he's crouched. I really should have flashbanged, right? Use your util. I have 2 flashbangs. I could have used them. I just didn't. I didn't think about it. But luckily, it was a 4v2. My teammates ended up winning the round. Or 3v2 after I died, but my teammates ended up winning the round. That's all that matters. And yeah, I would say the moral of the story for this game is just do your job first, right? Worry about, if you're playing hard breach, open a wall. If you're playing Ash, help the hard breach get the wall, or take space, take some kind of map control before you do whatever you want. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I did a little bit of a different editing style. I kind of cut out the prep phase stuff because people said that they wanted it to move a little quicker. So let me know how you feel about that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.